Welcome, Sasha Beal. Internet maven, puts out lots of great Husker social content out there, and a Husker fan too. So we wanted to kind of get to know you a little bit here too. So welcome, Sasha. Thanks for joining us this week.
Yes.
How do you feel about being called an internet maven? I don't even know what the word maven means.
I mean, in my sports media class, we're learning about like the different types of sports fans, and I think one of them was like internet aficionado or something, and I was like, I probably fall under that category.
Tell everyone like a little bit about your background, where you're from.
I'm from Pennsylvania. I mean, I was born in Delaware, so I've lived my whole life on the East Coast pretty much. I fell in love with Husker volleyball. I think the first match I watched was 2018, the championship. My passions ended up taking me here to Lincoln. I'm currently sitting in my dorm room right now, Eastside Suites. So I just applied to go to UNL after being adamant that I was never going to go to college for a while, and ended up trying to chase my dream.
I mean, what attracted you to become a Nebraska volleyball fan?
Funny, I grew up in State College for most of my life, so I was like really surrounded in the Penn State culture there. No, I started playing volleyball in 7th grade, but I realized like after a few years that I wasn't really cut out for the athlete mindset. I'm not super competitive in that way. I preferred to write and just watch pretty much. So I made a fan account on Twitter one day, and because I realized there weren't too many Husker volleyball fans that were just like, I don't know, kind of my demographic. Like I wanted to appeal more to the younger girls, I guess, and that side of the fandom. And 2 years later, it's grown into such an incredible community. I've made so many friends and connections through it. So I just realized I kind of wanted to be a part of it, like geographically. So I ended up coming here.
Like you're sort of following a traditional path right now because you're in school and you're studying media, it sounds like. Did you set out intending to try to build a volleyball community, and how did you go about doing that?
For a while, I was kind of just screaming into the void about like my random rants. So I decided to try to curate to the fandom because I knew that out of all the volleyball teams in the world, Nebraska had the biggest one. And if I could find a fandom there, anywhere it would be there. I started to just make content as well, writing, graphics, stuff like that.
That's what a lot of people are doing now, right? Is just kind of figuring it out as you go and doing the stuff that's interesting to you. Is it a lot of trial and error?
Like if I look back at the stuff I first ended up making, I'd probably cringe. So I think I've grown a lot in that aspect. I've always liked to have like creative outlets as an escape kind of, and just dive into like a communities. Like I have ADHD, so I hyperfixate on things a lot. I get very obsessive over them. So I just think it's kind of like the best way is to put up content out there.
Did you watch any Husker matches in person when they came out to Penn State?
Yes, I went to the 2023 match where we reverse swept them, and that was definitely a core memory. I also went to the 2024 one.
What was it like to be amongst or surrounded by Husker fans?
Before, it was just me and my mom like in our living room just yelling at the TV, so it was kind of cool to have a whole arena of fans who felt the same way and were just as passionate.
Do you have a career path kind of in mind?
I've just been kind of going with the flow my whole life. Ending up here was just kind of a sporadic decision, and I've been liking it a lot. I mean, I've made connections with Izzy Pineda. I've talked with her, the creative director for Huskers, and I think the work she does is incredible, and that would be a really ideal job choice for me eventually, but who knows if that's going to end up happening. I'm just going to ride the wave, I guess, see where it takes me.
However official or unofficial you feel like you are, you're definitely a voice in the Nebraska volleyball media community. So congratulations on just slamming your foot in the door and keeping it open.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can people find you on the internet?
I'm most active on Twitter, X, whatever. It's Sushi Skurs.
Sasha, what was your impressions out of this slate of games?
I think mostly just one, keep developing the serve and pass game. I mean, the passing did look a little better this weekend since they were in the familiarity of Devaney, but I'd still like to see a little more consistency on that end, less being aced, more aces, putting pressure on them from the service line. I liked seeing Virginia back at the line as well, having her, she puts in a really strong serve. giving her more chances to just find some more consistency in that opposite position.
Hey, Sasha, thank you so much for joining us this week. We really appreciate you being part of the show, and congratulations on the success that you've had so far. And we would just encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for coming on our show and lending us the benefit of your expertise.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.